What's up, guys? Anton Kraly here from dropshiplifestyle.com. And in this video, I'm going to show you how me, somebody that literally is probably the least technical person out there, never coded anything in my life, has been using Claude Code connected to Shopify to make some pretty awesome changes in literally a matter of minutes. I'm going to show you a couple that I made already to the Dropship Lifestyle merch store. And then I want to add something else, so I figured I might as well record this video and show you how I'm doing this, which again is as somebody who has no technical experience at all. So right now you can see I'm on the live website for the Dropship Lifestyle merch store. And if I just go to a product page here, I'll point out a couple things. The first is up here. You can see this badge that we added. It has the Dropship Lifestyle logo, has a little check mark here to show that we're verified, and it says official Dropship Lifestyle merch, empowering freedom through entrepreneurship. So a few weeks ago, this was not here. It simply had the vendor name under the product name. So it said Eat, Sleep, Sell, Repeat. And then under it, it said Dropship Lifestyle merch. Let me actually show you in the theme editor here, the old version, so you can see exactly what I am talking about here. By the way, I don't really have a structure for this video, so hopefully you guys are just interested in this stuff and you hang out and watch, because I think it's exciting. So this, again, is an older version of the theme, and you can see here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what it previously looked like. It said the product name, then it said the vendor name. Well, this is what it looks like now. It has the product name, and then instead of a vendor name section, I had Claude Code create this little box right here that, again, in this case, says what it says here, and it doesn't just say it. When you hover over it, it has a nice little animation, and of course, this works on mobile also. So let me show you what else I changed with Claude Code. Right here, again, on the previous version, you can see for the colors, it has the variant pills. So white, you could choose black heather, navy, maroon, olive, toast, tan, citron, whatever. We got all the colors here. Well, I simply sent Claude Code a screenshot of a color picker from an app, by the way, that I didn't want to pay for on the Dropship Lifestyle merch store, because this is more just like a fun thing for Dropship Lifestyle members. And I said, please change the product pages with color variants to show color swatches. Again, this is the new version. It has all the color swatches. This was automatically created. I am not paying for any app, and it just works. Okay. So again, very cool and free, no app needed. Now, one more thing that I implemented here was actually for what you'll see if you look at the discount code section. So over here, you can see it says 10% off and free shipping coupon code, and then it says scratch. And then it says ends 8/26/2026. Well, this scratch is an idea I got from a lot of big direct response marketers, where on desktop, you can just move your mouse over it and it scratches it off, right? Like a little lotto game. Or on mobile, you just swipe your finger over it and it disappears, revealing the discount code. So again, none of that was on the previous version. So the things that we changed, again, were swapping out here where it says Dropship Lifestyle merch, putting the discount code scratch off above DSL, and changing the colors to actually be the swatches. And I think you'd agree that this version looks much better. And again, it didn't cost any money to do this. So what I want to do now is actually pull up Claude Code here. And first thing I'll say is, if you're going to do this, I say it costs no money. You do need a Claude subscription to use Claude Code. I'm on the $20 a month plan. Claude uses credits like crazy, but it's enough to get, several big changes done a day, then your credits will reset for the next day. Again, $20 a month instead of apps needed. And again, you can make any changes you want, then cancel Claude. And because these changes are coded into your store, it's not like they stop working, similar to an app when you stop paying for an app. You make the changes with Claude Code integrated with Shopify, and then the things are on your store until you decide to change them. Now, first thing I'm going to say is, again, I've said this twice already, I think, I am not technical, so I had no idea how to connect Claude Code to Shopify. So what did I do? I had one window up that was simply a Claude chat, and I said, I want to connect my Shopify store to Claude Code. Explain it like I'm 5. How do I do this? And it walked me through step by step. So this is not a tutorial on connecting them. I'm telling you, my tutorial is go to Claude and start a chat and say, I want to connect my Shopify store to Claude Code. Walk me through it step by step, explain it to me like I'm 5. It's going to tell you where to click, what to do, and 5 minutes later, you're going to be able to do stuff like this. So This right here is where I created that scratch off code coupon layer. And my first prompt was simply saying on our product pages, we have a custom section where we show a coupon code. And I told it what I wanted it to do, right? I wanted it to scratch off. And then it made it. And then I wanted it to be changed a little bit and have jagged edges. So I told it to do that. And then it did that as well. Well, now I'm going to give it another prompt because even though it's there and it works, I think it can look better. Again, let me just refresh the page so you can see what it looks like now. I'm on the old theme here. So let me come back and actually go to the live site. Give me 1 second, dslmerch.com. I'm actually going to have to come up here and preview because it's previewing the old version. So I'm going to view the new version, and then I'm going to go back to a product page and we'll take a look at it. Again, you can see it's there, but I think it can look better. So I'm going to come back to Claude Code. Again, not a coder. And in this same chat I have with Claude Code about this, I'm going to say, thank you. This looks better, but I think it could be more obvious that the website visitor is supposed to scratch this off to show the discount code. Feel free to take the liberty to redesign the entire section in which the scratch off section lives and design it in a way that will catch people's eyes and be obvious that they should scratch it off to see their discount code. Thank you. So obviously I just used voiced to text for that. I use a tool called Handy. It's free. It's an open source voice to text tool. And that's how I send all my prompts because I like to give a lot of context. And if I type that out, it would take me 3 minutes and it just took me 10 seconds. Now this might take a few minutes. So what we're going to do is use the power of editing. And once this is done, we'll jump back and we'll see what it looks like. But just as a reminder, so you know, this is what it looks like as of now. Okay, so this is our starting point. I'm going to come back to Claude Code, and when it's ready, we will jump into the future and I'll show you what it did. Okay, so this is almost done, but I just want to kind of show you what it looks like. Right now, Claude Code is literally testing this on the Shopify store to make sure that it works. So we could see that here in the preview, and it's interacting with the page. It's doing this all itself. And so far, it's been running for 8 minutes and 34 seconds. So this is taking longer, probably because I told it has the liberty to kind of do what it wants to make it, look as good as it can. And from what we can see in the preview here, I think it does look good so far, right? It's showing the mobile view here. Earlier, it did show the version on desktop. And you can see here it says opened in browser. That wasn't me opening it in the browser. That was Claude opening it in the browser. So Claude is literally doing all of this. So you can see here where it is. Desktop view looks great. Everything checks out. Let's stop the dev server and push the changes live. And if you're wondering, like, where is the dev server? I have no idea. I don't know what it's doing. I know it's updating the website, and I know it's doing it in a contained section on the Shopify store. It is not, doing this as like going into the theme.liquid file and writing it all in there. And I'll even show you this in just a bit, but it says here it tested both in preview, including a bug I caught. So it found its own bug. Small pointing icon hint wasn't fading out on reveal. So now it's fixing that. And final state confirmed. And now I can click here, commit changes, and that is going to push the final update live to the site. Now, one thing I'll say before I show you what this looks like and I show you something else I want to have it create is that when I first set this up, I actually made a duplicate of our theme because I was afraid to use it and have it like mess up the store. So what I did and what I'd recommend you do is if I come back into Shopify and I go back here to online store, you can see here we have a theme called Merch Update, and this one is called Merch Update Claude. So all you have to do, and I would recommend doing this when you first start with it, is click the 3 dots and then click duplicate. It'll make a duplicate version of the theme and have it in your drafts. And then when you have a theme in your drafts, you can rename it and name it whatever you want. So I would start by having the duplicated version as a draft. And when you are telling Claude you want it to work with your Shopify account, you can tell it which theme you wanted to work with, and you can point it towards the one that's in draft mode. So you can see those changes in draft mode. Again, make sure they work. And then once you're happy with it, you can just change the draft one, publish it to be live, and then your backup will be the one that was previously live. It'll just swap places. So very cool. But let's go back and let's see if Claude is done doing its thing yet here. It says, oh, that was on me. I don't know why it still makes me click this button sometimes to commit changes. I wish I could tell it. I'm always going to click that button, so we're good. We can see here it added 18 lines of code and it removed 37. And right now there are 3 files left over from the admin edits. It's going to review them to write an accurate message. So It's been going, what, I guess about 10 minutes because it was waiting on me to click that button for a little bit. So it could take some time, but you know what I do typically is like I'm working on other things and I leave this open on one of my monitors and I just let it do its thing because it does a great job at doing its thing. And I believe we are now good to go. So let's jump back and come to the store. And remember, this is what it literally just looked like before we waited that 10 minutes off that one simple prompt I gave it. And let me refresh the product page. Here we go. So now it says, scratch the gold box below to reveal your code. It made this whole background to it. And we can see there's an animation over where it says scratch. I will say the E on the word code is covered and so is the E on ends. So that is something we have to have it resolved, but very cool. When we hover over it, now it says you're all set, code revealed. I think we can both say that looks much better, but I do want it to not, overlap onto the word code and to the word ends. So what I'm going to do is actually refresh this and then I'm going to take a screenshot of it and then show you how simple this is. I'm going to come back to Claude Code. I'm going to attach that screenshot to the message and I'm going to say, thank you, this looks great, but the background of the part you need to scratch off is currently overlaid on 2 different letters of the text in that section. Please make it so it is not covering any text that the user would need to read to understand the complete message. Thank you. Probably could have gave it a better prompt there, but I'm going to keep this basic because I'll just show you it understands the context and it will go ahead and update this. So what I'll do is let this run and then I'll see you in the future and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now it says it is all done. So let's come back to the product page here. Let me refresh it. And now, perfect. We have the box. It's not covering any text. Looks great. Let's see what it would look like on mobile. So I'm just going to minimize the window. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to come down. Again, looks great. There we go. Boom. Looks much better than it just did. Again, no app needed. Sent it a screenshot, gave it a bad prompt, and it still made it look so much better. Now, there is something else that I want to do. And by the way, guys, I'm showing you like a few different things I've done here on the merch store. Just know on like our high ticket stores, I've been doing so much. So for everybody who's a member of Dropship Lifestyle in DSL XA, our advanced program, I do have a brand new course that's going to be available soon by the end of this week, all about advanced high ticket optimizations with Claude Code. So keep an eye out for that in your members area. I'll also post about it on Discord. But for now, I want to show you another change that we're going to make right here and how easy it is with Claude Code. So specifically what I want to do is change this section here for estimated arrival. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this section and then we are going to come back to Claude Code. And what I'm actually going to do, because you can see here I'm in a folder called Shopify Integration Claude. This is the integration that's currently connected to the merch store. Being I'm going to have it do something different that we haven't done before, I'm going to open a new chat in this window with this project specifically. So I'm coming here, you could see I'm working in the integration for Shopify Integration Claude, which again is the one for the merch store. I'm gonna drag over that screenshot that I just took. And just to show you that screenshot so you have the context, this is the one that shows the estimated arrival date. And I want that to look better because I think it can. Even though it totally serves its purpose now, the merch store is about having fun. So I think we can have it be more fun. So again, this is a new chat, new basically assignment, if you want to think of it that way, for Claude Code. So I'm going to say, hello, I've attached a screenshot that shows a section on our product pages that is dynamically updated to show the estimated arrival date for customers. I want this to look better on our website and to be interactive. What I mean by that is when the customer scrolls to the section of the page that shows the estimated arrival date, I want this information to appear in text form, but I also want there to be a simple animation that will appear to them when they get to that section of the page that shows a warehouse with an airplane flying from that warehouse to a home. I don't want this to be a busy looking section. I'm picturing some type of vector images, very simple for a warehouse, and then a line from the warehouse to the home where on animation, they should see the airplane move from the warehouse to the home so they can envision their product getting delivered. You can have liberty to design this and make it look how you want. I just don't want it to be too big or too distracting. I just want it to be something fun that appears on the page that does draw the customer's attention. And now you guys can see why I use these text to voice apps. I just gave it all that context. So I'm just going to send that over and we will see what Claude comes up with. Because again, that's one of those things that I could have thought on more, probably gave it a better prompt. This one will probably take another 8 to 10 minutes or so. So what I will do is quickly just show you again what the website looks like now. Again, this is the section I'm referring to, estimated arrival. And when it's done, we should have a plane flying to a customer's home, which I think will look pretty cool. But what we'll do is, again, wait for this to finish. And when it does, I will be back with the magic of editing to show you what the first draft looks like. Okay, so that took, believe it or not, about 10 minutes, and let's look at it because I haven't even seen it yet. But one more thing I'll note now is you could see I'm using Sonnet 5, which is not, the best or the fastest version of Claude Code, but that's because for me, this seems like a good mix of getting things done right and, in a decent amount of time without having to just destroy credits as well. So this has all been done on Sonnet 5, again, as of August 2026. But let's go ahead and come back to the site because I'm actually really curious about how this is going to look. And you can see right now, this is what it says, estimated arrival. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. And there we go. We got a plane. Okay, I see a problem. We have the plane is not pointing towards the house. So I do like the animation, but I'm going to tell it that the plane should be following a line to the house. So let me grab a screenshot of that if I can. Thank you. It looks good, but when it first comes into view, you could see the plane on the top left of the image. And then when the plane moves across the line, it is currently pointing straight up in the air. It should be pointing towards the home it's getting delivered to and follow that path. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to send this over and it should take a few minutes for the update and then I think we'll be good to go. Because I did notice that also the way it did it at first, you can see if I just refresh it, it starts up there. We don't want it up there. We want it to be on this line. Or if it's going to be up there, it should at least be pointing the right way. And we will let it do its thing and I'll give you guys an update once we are complete. Okay, so it says it's good now. That took about 3 minutes, but let's go double check its work to make sure it actually is. I'm going to refresh this page again. And then I'm going to scroll down. And there we go. The plane follows the line. Perfect. So this looks good now. Let's just check on mobile. I'll refresh. If I scroll down, there you go. You see the plane flying to the home. Very cool. So what I'll probably do moving forward is actually make this bigger so it does fill the whole screen, or maybe I'll center it. But you could see how easy it is. It's not coding. It's literally coding by voice without having any coding experience. And again, this is just the Dropship Lifestyle merch store where we built it for our members so they can get some cool stuff, so I can get some cool stuff. So these are just kind of fun little one-off projects. But again, if you're a member of Dropship Lifestyle, by the end of the week, make sure you keep checking the announcement channel in Discord, because I'm going to be releasing the full program on how I'm using Claude on the high ticket stores, even giving you some copy and paste prompts. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And if for some reason you're watching this and you're not yet a member of Dropship Lifestyle, I have no idea why, but be sure to check out dropshipwebinar.com if you want to know more about who I am and what it is we do here. So link is dropshipwebinar.com and it'll be in the description. See you guys.